Hello everyone, hope all of you are doing great. And in today's video, we are going to discuss April 2022 paper 2. So the calculator is allowed. All right, so the first question over here says to you, here is a list of numbers. Write down the number that is a factor of 56. So you're going to find that the only number that is a factor of 56, the 7. And factors here mean the numbers that you can multiply by each other in order to become 56 or to get a product of 56. Like, for example, 1 and 56, both of them are factors, like 2 and 28, both of them are also factors. Like if you get over here also 7 and 8, they are factors. All right, so let's continue. Roger is thinking of three consecutive even numbers. So if they said only consecutive numbers, that means what? Consecutive numbers, you're going to find out that this means, like, for example, 9, 10, 11 are three consecutive numbers. But since they're saying to you consecutive even numbers, so you need three even numbers that come right after each other without an even number in between being missed. Like what? Like, for example, if you say to me 6, 8, and 10, these are three consecutive even numbers. All right, so here they want the three consecutive even numbers less than 20. So I'm going to erase this not to confuse you. The product of these three consecutive even numbers is between 1000 and 2000. I know that it is 10 times 10 times 10 that gives me 1000 exactly, right? So I cannot go below 10. And these are not actually consecutive even numbers, but they're going to help me. And they're going to guide me about where exactly I should start from. So they want the answer to be between 1000 and 2000. So I need to go higher than that. So starting from 10, multiplying it by 12, multiplying it by 14, and using the calculator to make sure that you're right, is going to give you exactly a number or an answer that is between 1000 and 2000. So it is 10, 12, and 14, the three consecutive even numbers. Work out this 45% of 285 on your calculator, 45%, which is shift bracket. You multiply it by 285 because of we know that it means multiplication. So it is 128.25. Eva buys a book for $5. She sells it for $6.50. Work out the percentage profit. We agreed percentage profit or percentage loss or percentage change or percentage increase or even percentage decrease or the interest percentage or the rate, the interest rate. All of them have the same rule, which is absolute change. What is the change that happened? But using a positive sign for it. So the change that happened is 6.50 minus 5. This is the change that happened, which is adding here 1.50. So the change that happened is 1.50. So this is the absolute change over old. So the rule is absolute change, the change that happened over old price, which is 5. You multiply it by 100. So change over old. This is the rule. You can write it down. You can study it, not to forget it again. You can then use your calculator to work this out. 1.5 over 5. Then you multiply the answer by 100 is going to give you 30% exactly. In this example over here, they're saying to you that they need you to plot points A, B, and C on the grid. A is 1, negative 1. 1, negative 1 is here, and I'm going to label it A. Then B, negative 5, negative 2. So negative 5, negative 2. I'm going to label it B. Then C is negative 3, 2. So negative 3, 2 is here. And I'm going to plot this, label this C. Now we answered the first question, but they're saying to you that A, B, C, D is a parallelogram. Find the coordinates of D. The first thing that you need to do is to imagine the shape first. because some of you, unfortunately, move the wrong direction, saying that B, for example, would be here. Look at that. They just say that B would be here, for example. D, I mean, saying that D would be here. Making also a parallelogram, yes, that's going to make a parallelogram, but unfortunately, this is not shape A, B, C, D. Look at that. To those who put D down there, I'm going to annotate over here and use straight lines. Look at this shape. If they said to you A, B, C, D is a parallelogram, if you move A, B, then C, then D, well, this is not going to make a parallelogram. Definitely this is wrong. So D cannot be here. D needs to be up there. So I'm going to undo this. D needs to be up there. A, B, C, D needs to be up somewhere up. Where is it going to be? Well, let's find out about this. Look at this here. We know that from B to C, it moved 1, 2, 3, 4 up to right. So 4 up to right, go 4 up, then to right. So D is here. Here is D. Even if you connect it, which you don't have actually to do, you don't have to do, but just if you would like to make sure that you're right, you're going to find that here is your parallelogram. Okay, and it's named, yes, A, B, C, D. All right, so I'm gonna go down there and write the coordinates because they requested the coordinates, which is 3, 3. The coordinates are 3, 3. Let's remove this. Do you want you to write down the speed shown on the diagram? Well, I first need to find out how many is each jump or each lap over here. So look at this. Here, this one, I moved once, twice, three, four, 5 times. It became 20. So it is 20 divided by 5, not divided by 4. Don't count the number of small lines here. Don't say it is 20 divided by 4. No, it is 20 divided by 5 jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, which is going to give you each small line is 4. So this is 64, this is 68. So 68 kilometers per hour. A road is 450 meters long. It takes a woman 5 minutes to walk along the road. Work out the average speed of the woman. Give your answer in meters per second. Be careful. So we know that they want here the average speed. We know that speed equals distance over time. Distance over time. So the distance is 450 meters. Over time, which is 5 minutes, but they want it in seconds, so 5 times 60, which is 300 seconds. I changed the time from 5 minutes into seconds as they requested, which is 300. You're going to find that this is equal to, on your calculator or mentally, 1.5 meters per second. A bicycle travels along the road, which is 450. The road is 450 meters as well, at an average speed of 5 meters per second, 5 meters per second, which is the speed. They wanted to find the time. So distance over speed will give you the time. Find the time it takes the bicycle to travel along the road. Give your answer in seconds. Yes, it is in seconds already because they said 5 meters per second. 450 divided by 5 is going to give you 90 exactly. Mike buys 8 cakes for $11.60. Calculate the cost of 5 cakes. So you need to find the cost of 1 cake only. So 1 cake is going to be costing how much? So only 1 cake costs 11.60 divided by 8, which is going to give you what? Is going to give you exactly 1.45. This is the price for 1 cake, but we want 5 cakes. Then you need to multiply this by 5, which is exactly 7.25. All right, someone else might think about this as a ratio, saying that eight cakes cost 11.60, then five cakes will cost how much? And they do 5 divided by 8, and then they multiply by 11.60. It's going to give you the same answer. Someone might think about it also as a ratio, but they started with multiplying the 5 by 11.60, then dividing by 8 is going to give you also the same answer. Complete these sentences. A cube has 6 faces, while the cylinder has 0 vertices. Angelique goes on a train journey from Abba to Dida. Here is a section of the train timetable, and this is a section, not the complete timetable. The afternoon journeys have the same duration as the morning journeys. So here we are missing the afternoon journeys. They are missing actually. But they are telling you that they have the same duration exactly. They take the same duration as those trains of that happen or that start in the morning. They take the same duration exactly. Angeli catches the 12:53 train. From Ava, the train does not stop at Bora or Cadiz. So it is the same, doesn't stop at Bora or Cadiz. It is the same exactly like this train and like this train. And they said that it takes the same duration, right? So you're going to find that this train and this train as well, they take exactly 39 minutes to reach Dita. So 39 minutes exactly you will find. This took exactly 8 and then 18 until reaching 12. 18 and 21 is going to give you 39 minutes exactly until they reach Dida. All right. So work out the time Angelique arrives in Dida. They told you that this is the same as this and is the same as that, which means it takes 39 minutes. So adding it to this, 12:53, 39 minutes, but I'm going to do this in 2 steps. First, adding 7 minutes, which will lead me to 13, and be careful over here because we're using the 12-hour clock, the 24-hour clock. They're not using the 12-hour clock, AM and PM. No, they are using the 24-hour clock, and they're telling you that this is the afternoon, so it is 13 after 7 minutes. Yes, but I still have 32 more minutes to reach the 39 minutes. So 32 more minutes gives you exactly 13:32. So it is 13:32. Those who wrote 13:32 accepted. Those who write 1:32 p.m. also accepted, but those who write 1:32 only, unfortunately wrong. Has parallel sides and has at least one right angle, you're gonna find over here that it's shape A. It has parallel sides, this and this, and it has at least one. Actually, it has also two, not only one. It has at least one. Yes, so it is A. Has no right angles and has parallel sides. As they said to you, it is this one. Yes, it has parallel and no right angles. Has no parallel, has at least one right angle. It is this one. It has no parallel sides, but one angle is right, so it is shape B. And C is the last one, no parallel, no right angles. Find this, the cubic root of, so it is the cubic root is going to be shift to square root. This is the cubic root of 32, which gives you 3.174. They did not request it from you to round it to a specific degree of accuracy. So anything starting from rounding it to one decimal place is accepted. You write 3.2 is accepted. You write 3.17 is also accepted. You write 3.175, rounding to three decimal places, also accepted. You write the whole thing over here is also accepted. So 7x minus 3x plus 1x, the denominator doesn't change. 7 minus 3 is 4 plus 1 is going to give you a 5. Over here, I need to make the denominators the same first. So it's going to be 2y over 2x plus m over 2x. 2x stays the same because now the denominators are the same, and it's 2y plus m. over 2x. Complete the table for class A. The mean is 6.44, while the mode is the most repeated score. They're telling you these are test results for 25 students. So mode is the most repeated result or the most repeated score. You're going to find that the most repeated score is 4. It got repeated 6 times. So the most repeated score is 4. While the median, I need to add to the number of students, which is 25 plus 1, I need to add to it 1, then you divide by 2. This is the rule for the median to know the position of the median, not the median itself. So it gives you 26 divided by 2. It is in the 13th position, but I still don't know which score this is. So I need to go to the frequencies and ask myself, the first frequency, 6, did it pass or reach 13? No. Add it to 4. Gives you a 10. Did the 10 pass or reach the 13? No. Add it to the next one, which is the 3, gives you 13. Did it pass or reach the 13? Yes. So the median is 6. All right, so it is here, 6. Here is some information about Class B. Draw a ring around the two best measures for comparing which class did better. Did better, this is in general, right? They did not request from you most repeated score. They did not request from you. So we agreed repetition. If they ask about repetition, then you need to compare the mode. But if they ask about variation, something that is more variable than the other, or consistency, something that is more consistent than the other, then they are talking here about what? About the range. But they didn't request anything related to repetition in the comparison. They didn't request anything about the variation or the consistency. They are requesting a general comparison. General comparison. General comparison, then you must use the mean and the median. Both of them, mean or median, for the general comparison. Take the class that has the better results. So based on the mean, I have class A is better than class B. Based on the median, I have class A also better than class B. So class A is better than class B because the mean and the median are higher. So class A is better because class A mean and median are higher than class B's mean and median. One solution of the equation, this one, lies between 6 and 7. So it is between 6 and 7. 6 over here gives you 60, while 7 here gives you 77. And they're saying that this is too small, this is too big. So they needed to use trial and improvement method in order to reach a solution corrected to one decimal place. So let's agree on one thing. I need to know that if I need first to find 6.5. This is all what I need to find. 6.5, what is it going to be equal to? And then I'm going to need to go below it or to go above, higher than that. So let's find this. Here, if I say to you 6.5 squared, then plus 4 multiplied by 6.5, which is going to give you what? Exactly 68.25. So it's still too big. I need to go lower than that. Let's try maybe 6.3. So 6.3, but it is squared plus 4 multiplied by 6.3. And I press equals. It gave me exactly 64.89, 64.89, which is also too big. Then I'm going to change the 6.3 and I try over here 6.2. and 6.2, which gives me 63.24. So 6.2 here is 63.24, which is still too big. Look at that. We're going closer. We're getting closer over here. So it is 6.1, 6.1, 61.61. So 6.1 is 61.61. So now, Mr. I know that this is too small. I know for sure that it is between 6.2 and 6.1, right? So let's try over here between 6.2 and 6.1. What is going to happen? If I try 6.15, I need in the middle exactly. All right, this is the final one. This is the last one that is going to lead us to the correct answer. 6.15, and here is 6.15 again, equals 62.4, 62.4225, which is too small. And this is the final answer. It's not 6.15, no, but we know now that it is between 6.15 and 6.2. It is higher than 6.15, smaller than 6.2, which is the same as 6.20. So definitely any number higher than 6.15 is going to be rounded to one decimal place to be 6.2, because we need here the second digit to know if it is strong or weak. So I know that I need something that is higher than 5, something that is higher than 5, and I rounded the answer at the end to one decimal place. That definitely, Mr. This is definitely going to round to into 6.2. Definitely going to be 6.2. I don't know the exact answer, but I don't need it. They wanted me to round it to one decimal place, so I just needed to know if the second digit after the first decimal place is strong or weak. I know it's going to be higher than 5, then definitely it is going to be strong. 6.2 is the correct answer. Yuri has a large rectangular card measuring 1.2 meters by 0.8 meters. He wants to cut it up to make small rectangular cards, each measuring 13 centimeters by 11 centimeters. All right, so work out the largest number of cards that he can make. This is a tricky question, to be honest with you. It requires a lot of concentration. Look at this with me. If I say to you that this is a triangle, a rectangle, and I tell you that it's 1.2 meters, which is actually 120 centimeters, I converted this into centimeters, and the width is 0.8, which is 80 centimeters. All right, so they're telling you he wants to cut it up to make small rectangular cards, each measuring 13 by 11.5. So if I say to you, this each one is measuring 13. So look at this. If I do it this way, like each one over here is 13 centimeters. How many rectangles can I draw over here? You're going to find that 13 divided by 120 or 120 divided by 13 is going to give you maximum 9 rectangles, because the 10th is going to be out. So it's only 9 rectangles that you can draw over here. So here I'm going to need to draw. So from the 13s, I need to see how many 13s are in 120. How many 13s are in 120? You're going to find that I have 9 rectangles here fitting at this position. While at the same time, you're going to find that the 80, the width, which is actually 11.5 centimeters. So I need 80 divided by 11.5, which is going to give you 6. Actually, it's not 7 yet. It cannot be 7 because it's going to get out of the rectangle. It is 6 rectangles. So this one over here, it can fit into 6 rectangles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 rectangles. 6 rectangles over here. So how many in total? It's 9 by 6, which is 54. This is if you cut the 120 by 80 into this way. But this is not actually the correct answer. Why? But if you do it this way and you write 54, if this comes to your mind, you're going to take 2 marks actually. You're going to find that the correct answer is if you have the same rectangle, which is 120 centimeters, but the small rectangle that is 13 by 11, you do not do it this way, you do it this direction. The 13 is here, the 13 centimeters is this one, and the 11.5 centimeters is this one. So how many 11 and a halves are into 120? So I'm going to do 120 divided by 11 and a half, which gives you 10. So this way, I'm going to have 10 small rectangles. 10 11 and a halves into 120. All right, but this one over here we agreed is 80 centimeters. How many 13s are in the 80? So I'm going to do 80 divided by 13, which gives you exactly 6 whole rectangles. So I'm going to take from here 6 whole rectangles. So 6 by 10, which is 60 rectangles. By the way, 60 here, which is more than 54 because they requested the largest number of cards that can be made. So it is 60 rectangles. These are the ratios of iron to other materials in metal A and metal B. Tick the metal that contains the greater proportion of iron. So I need to do this. It is in metal A. It is 2 out of 29. The total is 29. While in metal B, it is 5 out of 61. The total is 61. Multiplying this by 100 to get the percentage, multiplying this by 100 to get the percentage. Let's see. So this is 2 over 9 over 29 multiplied by 100 gives you exactly 6 point, let's say 9%. While the other over here is 5 over 61, 5 over 61, but I need to multiply it by 100, which gives you 8.2, let's say, 8.2%. So which one has a greater proportion? It is metal B has greater proportion of iron. This frequency diagram shows the number of visits to the gym by 155 people. 155 people. In September, work out how many people went to the gym more than 20 times. So more than 20 times. Here is from 1 to 5 times. So this is from 6 to 10, 11 to 15 times, 16 to 20 times. If they want to more than 20 times, then I need to find this one and this one. So from 20 to 25, actually, it is 25 people. While from 26 to 30, it is actually 15 people. So more than 20 visits is 25 and 15, which is 40 people. Work out the class interval that contains the median. Median, mister, we agreed I'm going to add 1, then divide by 2 equals, so 155 plus 1, then you divide the answer by 2. Sorry, needed to put that first in brackets. 155 plus 1, then you divide the answer by 2, gives you 78. So it is the 78th. I must add the frequencies. The frequency over here is 25, while the frequency over here is 40, and here it is 20, and this last one over here is 30. The rest, we got them already 25 and 15. I just listed the frequency. So I need to add, starting from the first frequency, as usual. We always check the first frequency. It is 25. Have you passed or reached 78? Nope. Then add it to this. 25 plus 40 is 65. Have you passed or reached 78? Nope. Then add it to this. 65 added to the 20 is going to be 85. Have you reached or passed 78? Yes. So the median lies in here, 11 to 15. Write decimal numbers in the spaces to make sure to make a true statement. So here I have 0.009, 0.01. Make sure that the decimal places are the same. So 0.009, 0.010, Mister, how can I get a number in between? Add another zero here, another zero here. So as if, now you can say, as if you're looking for a number that is between 90 and 100. Anything that is in between. So it's 0.00091, maybe 9293 until you have what not until 99 before you reach the 100. So 9, let's say anything 95, 91, 92, 93. As I told you, it could be anything between 91 and 99. Same thing over here, but here I have 3 digits, so I'm gonna have this one here, another zero, but this one here had 4 digits after the decimal point, while this one had also 4 decimal places after the decimal point. So now I need something as if you're saying is something that is in between 100 and 110. So 0.01, anything that is between 0010, and you got from 1 until 9. So you can say from 101 until 109. This is what's in between 100 and 110. So you can say anything between 100 and 100, from 101 until 109. You can put this up until 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 until you reach the 9. The diagram shows shape A and shape B drawn on a grid. Describe fully the single transformation that transforms shape A to shape B. In order to do this, you're gonna need a tracing paper. The tracing paper over here, you're going to trace paper shape A on it. So shape A. Trace it on the tracing paper. Then first thing we need to find, we all know that the transformation that happened is what? Rotation, mister. The shape got rotated. So this is the first thing. You write rotation. By writing rotation, you got 1 mark. Just, that's it? Yes, that's it. Or, all right, not a problem. What is next? Next, you need to rotate your paper, the tracing paper. If it is portrait, make it landscape. If it's landscape, make it portrait. But I need to see how many turns am I going to turn the paper until it becomes the same like this. You're going to find that if you rotate it 90 degrees exactly this direction, which is anti-clockwise, you will reach the same shape exactly. So doing this over here, writing it is going to be 90 degrees anti-clockwise. 90 degrees anti-clockwise. That is going to help you reach what? 2 marks. I know now that it's 90 degrees anti-clockwise. All right, mister, but the third mark, am I going to leave it? Listen, if you can guess it through trial and error, do it. Do it through trial and error. So you can try over here, which I guess is the correct one, I guess. If you try this over here, check if you rotate your shape about this center of rotation. So we need now the center of rotation. Center of rotation, if you rotate it about this point, see, check. Will it be 90 degrees anti-clockwise? Will it come onto shape B or not? Let me get here this one, the mark scheme, and check it because I don't have right now a tracing paper. I guess this is the exam, right? It is question 19 exactly. Rotation anti-clockwise about 1, 1. So it is not going to be here. It is going to be here. All right, mister, how can I know it for sure without trial and error? You got two ways, trial and error, which might take so long, and the other way, which is connecting, corresponding, the matching points. Like what, mister? Like this one over here. You got to connect this. I know that it's in the original shape, in the new shape, it's this point, right? So it is until here. You connect this. After rotation, it becomes here, right? Then you find the perpendicular bisector of this line. And you need another point, which is this one here, for example. This one, we know that it's going to be this one. So you can connect it. And then you find the perpendicular bisector of the new line. The two perpendicular bisectors that you drew so far are going to intersect at 1, 1, which is the center of rotation. My advice to you, once you look at, you find that you need to find the center of rotation, don't give it more than a few seconds. You can get it through trial and error. Congratulations. You cannot get it through trial and error. Circle the question and skip it until you move till the end of the exam. If you have time at the end, come back and draw the two perpendicular bisectors and find the center of rotation. If you do not have time at the end, then it is fine. You've lost 1 mark. I know that this is not the best thing that we're wishing for, but in case you do not have time, do not waste your time on this because it's gonna take around like 4 or 5 minutes until you do it, which is waste of time of other almost like three or more than 4 or 5 questions. All of this for 1 mark? No. Keep it until the end if you have time for it. Just to do the rotation, do the 90-degree anti-clockwise, guarantee the 2 marks. The center of rotation, leave it empty until the end if you have time for it. Let's continue. 21. Question 21. This is a triangular prism, and they told you over here that it is divided into this. This is the net of it. So here it is drawn on a centimeter square paper so that you know that this is 2 centimeters and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 5 centimeters. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 4 centimeters. And this is here 3. This is 3. This is 2. All right, so now we need to find the what? The surface area. So let's find the area of this rectangle first, which is 10 centimeters squared. And the other rectangle over here, which is 4 by 2, right? Which is 8 centimeters squared. And this one is 2 by 3, which is 6 centimeters squared. And what about the two triangles? They are identical. We know that the area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. So 4 times 3 is 12. Divided by 2 is going to give you 6 centimeters squared. And the last triangle is the same as the one at the top, which is 6 centimeters squared too. Okay, so adding all the areas up is going to give you the surface area. So let's do this. 10 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 8. I got 3 sixes and an 8, so it is 36 centimeters squared. You got one way to do this, which is imagine as if I'm saying to you 3 times what equals 6. It's 2 at Mr. How did you do it? I did 6 divided by 3 gives me 2. So do the same thing. 3/4 divided by 5 over 8. Keep change flip. So 3/4 multiplied by 8 over 5 equals a 24 over 20, right? So simplifying that, so this is the answer actually, but simplifying that is going to give you divided by 4 gives you here 6 over 5. Can we try this? Let's try it. 5 times 6 is going to give you 30. 8 times 5 is going to give you 40. The simplest form is 3 over 4. Correct, I got it right. So dividing 3/4 by 5 over 8 is going to give you the missing fraction. Lily has 2 bags. Each bag contains 4 counters, as shown in the diagram. She picks 1 counter from each bag and adds together the numbers on the counters. Work out the probability that the total of her numbers is more than 3. Well, she said that she picks one counter from each bag and she adds them up. The first sack or the first bag over here, I have one, two, three, three. While the other sack or bag, one, one, two, three. But she adds them up. So I'm gonna choose a different color for that. One plus one is two, and here one plus two is three. One plus three is four. One plus three is also four. You got the same thing over here. 1 plus 1 is 2, then here 3, then here 4, then here 4. It's the same thing exactly. Then here you add 2 and 1, which is 3. 2 and 2, 4, then here 5, then here 5. 3 and 1 is 4, 3 and 2 is 5, 3 and 3 is 6, and here also another 6. So I completed the table, but did I work out the probability that the total of her numbers is more than 3? No, I haven't done that yet. So they said it is more than 3. So I need to take this 1, 2, 3, 4, then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I got 11 numbers out of what? The probability that the total of her number is more than 3. I got 11 numbers. The 11 numbers out of, you're going to find it is 4 by 4, which is 16. So 11 out of 16 is the final answer. 11 out of 16. The graph shows that the cost of electrical wire is proportional to the length of wire, which shows here constant rate. Use the graph to find a formula for the cost C dollars. So they're telling you that the cost C dollars of a length of wire X meters. So the formula over here that we need is for the gradient. I need the gradient and the y-intercept just the same as y equals mx plus c, right? But y here, they told you it is not actually y. They told you that it is c. So c equals mx plus c, which is m here is what? I know that right now we're going to have two c's, but we're going to get rid of this one immediately because I know that the c here that we meant is the y-intercept and it crosses the y-axis at 0. So I know now that this c is 0 actually, right? But x remains x. They told you it is the same as it is. X, it doesn't change. What is the gradient? The gradient, Mr. is find the two stable points. I have this as a stable point. I don't have any other stable points except for this, right? So you take rise, which is 15. Here is the rise. Overrun. Sorry, it is not 15. It is 17.5. Rise is 17.5. Overrun, which is 10. So it is going to be 17.5 over 10x. 17.5 over 10x plus the y-intercept, which is 0. I don't actually need it there. So C equals 17.5 divided by 10 is just 1.75x. This is the final formula. Plus 0, no need to add a 0 to something. It's just going to give you the same thing at the end. So C equals, as we agreed, 1.75x. Calculate the cost of 23.4 meters of wire. So the meter here is the x, so I'm just going to say that C equals 1.75 multiplied by the x, which is they set to you 23.4. Using the calculator for that gives you $40.95. Question 25 says to you that a cube A has a volume of this. So cube A, let's do this into a table. Cube A, cube B, cube C. Cube A has the volume is 125 centimeters cubed. We need to compare the volume because they said write cubes A, B, and C in order of size starting with the smallest. So I need to compare the volume. All right. So here I'm going to need to compare the volume and start ordering from smallest to largest. So the volume of A is given to me 125. Cube B has a side length of 125 centimeters. Well, this is the length of one side. So I do side by side by side, which is length times width times height, if it was a cuboid. But if it's a cube, we say the three of them are the same. We don't have length, width, and height. All of them are the same. So it's 125 times 125 times 125 is going to give you the volume of cube B. Oh, whoa, that's a huge number. I must have made something wrong, or I've made here a mistake. No, you didn't actually make a mistake. So just to trust yourself, you've done side by side by side. You haven't made a mistake. 125 tripled, not tripled, to the power of 3 is going to give you 1953125 centimeters cubed. This is the volume of B. What about the volume of C? Well, I know that the cube or the square root of this, so it is as if they said to you, let's imagine that this is here a cube. They're telling you that this, which is definitely not a cube, but here they're telling you that this side multiplied by this side is 125. Yes, but I need to multiply by this side too, right? So they told you this is 125 centimeters squared. I need to know the length of one side, so get the square root of that. So it is as if you're saying to me, one side is actually the square root of 125, right? So just to do this times this, we know a mystery is 125. They told us this answer. This times this is 125 multiplied by one side, the depth of the shape. What is the depth of the shape? It is the square root of 125. To get one side, it is the square root because it's a number multiplied by itself that gave you 125. It is a number multiplied by itself. How can I get that number? Get the root of 125. So now I got the root of 125, which is one side. Okay, so 125 multiplied by the square root of 125 is going to give you 1,397.5. Now you can rearrange them. But before arranging, which is the easiest step right now, I need to just to confirm one thing over here. Someone could have said to me, Mister, I know that this side times this side is 125. So one side only, and both of them are the same. So a number multiplied by itself is 125. So I know that that number is the square root of 125. Can I say square root of 125 times itself, which is square root of 125, times itself, square root of 125 times square root of 125 times square root of 125. Yes, you can do that actually. Or simpler than that, square root of 125 all cubed. You can do that. Equals the same answer exactly. Okay? So now arranging them from smallest, you're going to find that the smallest of them all is A, then larger than A is C, and the largest of them all is B. That's it. Thank you so much, everyone, and see you in another video.